Hello, my name is Cody Bender, and I'm going to be doing a presentation over Nutriplant and APSA-80. So the possible markets for both these products are going to be farmers, golf courses, campgrounds, parks, sports complexes, and a lot of other things. I mean, any place that's growing grass, especially people that are using seeds and turning them into something, have a huge potential from this product. First product we're going to talk about is APSA-80. What it is it's a water surface tensioner. It breaks down the surface tension of water. So without APSA-80, water naturally likes to bead up onto objects because it has a lot of surface tension. So what APSA-80 does is it breaks this surface tension. It allows the water to cover the whole leaf instead of just being dropped on the leaf where it is positioned. This is huge because leaves, how they absorb things is through stomata. And stomata are like little cells, little mouths on the leaf, you could say. And they take in all the nutrients and all the stuff that you're putting onto them. And with those little water droplets, traditionally, the only part of the stomata on the leaf that can absorb anything is right underneath those drops. Well, with APSA-80, what it does is it coats the whole leaf in a layer. And this allows the whole plant to use all their stomata and absorb as much nutrients as possible. Which is huge because the more nutrients you can get, allow your plants to have better yields and be way stronger due to the stresses of the environment. Another thing APSA-80 is great for is it reduces the surface tension of water, which allows the water to penetrate the soil much quicker, which leads to less evaporation, and a lot of water is run off during this time because it doesn't get allowed to go in the soil. And if it doesn't go into the soil, it eventually runs off to somewhere. But if you can get it down into the soil, the plants can utilize that, and they've got a way better chance of fighting off stresses of the environment, the abiotic stresses. APSA-80, like we talked about, is going to give you a better coverage of your leaf. It's going to give you a lot more retention of water on the leaf surface, and it's going to give you a lot better penetration of your herbicides and your fungicides that you're putting on the plants, which overall is going to give you a better performance and better yield. You can use it for a lot of other things too. It can act as a spreader, which a lot of people purchase and add to their fertilizers or their herbicides. It can also act as an activator. Gives you the faster soil penetration. It aids irrigation, which is huge for farmers. The less water they can use, it's better. Keeps the pesticides in suspense, which means the pesticides aren't going to run off and go down into the soil or away from the plant. They're going to stay on that leaf and be absorbed. It's non-corrosive, so the equipment you're running it through is perfect for that. It helps clean the equipment, and it's going to maximize your weed control because it's going to go into the soil, which is going to allow you to, any herbicides or fungicides you're putting in, that stuff's you're going to get the best yield out of that product as well. Another product is Nutriplant AG. This product is awesome. It's like a multivitamin for your plants. Nutriplant has many benefits. It's a foliar nutrient supplement to enhance the growth. It's not meant to replace your traditional fertilizers you're already using. It's a foliar spread, which means it goes on to the leaves. It acts as a vitamin, a biostimulate. It helps stimulate the photosynthesis. It contains a complete balanced nutrition, macro and micro elements. The unique blend of micronutrients that is in Nutriplant AG allows the product to stimulate production. It increases the photosynthesis that the plant can generate. Antioxidant activity to reduce the effects of free radicals, which is traditionally what you take multivitamins for in a human body. It does the same thing for a plant. It stimulates the plant's metabolism, which is another thing that a multivitamin can do for a human. This product can do for a plant. Better uptake of the nutrients through the root system because the nutrients are small and they're in readily available form for the plant. So the plant doesn't have to break down anything, it just can uptake it, which is huge. It reduces the effects of the abiotic stresses of heat, freezing, and drought. It reduces the negative effects of that the plants are going to feel from diseases, which allows you to get better crop yield. A little history on Nutriplant. Nutriplant's been around since 1986, and there's multiple products on the market that do things similar to what Nutriplant does. But what Nutriplant offers is it's naturally chelated. And chelated is a word that's used to describe the bonding of something. So a lot of other products use inorganic chelation, which means the molecules are going to be a lot bigger and harder for the plant to uptake into either the stomata or the roots. And by the natural chelation that Nutriplant uses, it makes those molecules smaller and easier to absorb, which allows the plant to absorb more quicker and actually take in all that you put on it. Nutriplant SD and SL. They're the same thing. They're very similar to Nutriplant AG, but what Nutriplant SD, a powdered form, and SL, a liquid form, can do for the seed before it goes into the ground is incredible. So what SD and SL does is it provides water-soluble, readily available nutrients in the macro form, the same as AG, to a seed as it's in the ground. So instead of this seed just being planted in the ground and the farmer hoping that with the measurements they've taken and the nutrients they've added to the soil that the seed's going to take root quick, they can guarantee it. They wrap the seed in these micronutrients through the SD or SL, and what it does is it gives the roots better development over the course of their life and faster emergence. Emergence is when the plant actually starts to pop through the ground, which if you can get a plant to have better roots and emerge quicker, the chances of a better crop yield are high. The SD is a powdered seed treatment. Both of them contain the same unique blend of micronutrients broken down and readily available for the seed. The one reason farmers prefer the SD is if they're using a planter box, they traditionally have to use talc to lubricate their lines as the seeds travel through them. Well, with this SD powder, they don't need that talc. They can get rid of that cost, and they can just use the SD powder. So they can replace a cost that they're already using to lubricate their lines, and they can trade off with micronutrients for their seed as it goes into the ground. It's a win-win. The SL is the same way. It's just a liquid form, so if they're not using a planter box, some people like to use the liquid form because it's a little easier to mix, not as messy. The powdered form is perfect for the farmers using the talc. The best way to sell these products is you need to make a list. You need to know who you're selling it to. You need to know your target market, and you need to know how to contact them. Once you've got a way to contact them, you just need to let them know that you've got some information that you think could be beneficial to them, and you'd like to present it to them. Show up, present it in a professional way. Give them a little bit of time to take all the information in and kind of get a feel for what the product is. And then hopefully you can follow up and build a relationship off this. It can be mutually beneficial for both parties. I hope that this podcast was very beneficial and, if not, informational for you. I hope that one day these products can benefit you or someone else you know because the capabilities that they have are amazing. It's really awesome. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and have an awesome day.